I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my till my speaker come. I'll keep going till my speaker come low. 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 Till my speaker come. I'll keep going till my speaker come low. I'll keep going till my speaker come low. I'll keep going till my speaker come low. I'll keep going till my speaker come low.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of on my feet when I touch the ground. Front of A to Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and Rolex account or blue face. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon, red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Qiddiya.
Good afternoon to the Counter-Strike enjoyers of the world. We are here with some beautiful CS, of course, to kick off your afternoon, perhaps wherever you are in the world. The Challenger League Season 50 as we move into the Cup system, of course. I think this might be our first cast on the Cups, all fairness, Neo. So going to be interested to see how that kind of changes things up. It's a bit more intense, you know, a lot more games happening day after day after day. You don't have those week-long breaks in between games. And, of course, we are catching up with FengDa. Change the game here for the lower bracket final.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I mean, like you said, first time for us doing the Cups, so this is kind of a little bit of a new look in for us, but I'm kind of excited. I think this is going to offer some decent Counter-Strike. We're in the lower bracket final here of a Season 50, and FengDa changed the game. Both of these sides I've actually caught on LAN recently, so I can kind of give bits of insight into them, especially change the game. This is a side that were basically non-existent all of about 6 months ago. They weren't really kind of a team on HLTV, but they've actually started to make a bit of a name for themselves. Quite an interesting team, right? I think they've definitely got bits that are definitely worth talking about. When you look at this side, for me, the main guy that probably has to be brought up is Zero. Generally speaking, he is kind of the hero player, does a hell of a lot of the heavy lifting, very, very solid. Another guy, a bit of an unknown one, generally, this is his first kind of proper team, is Like a Shoe. He is pretty crisp. When I saw him on LAN out when I was in Yancheng for ACL, he was unbelievably sharp. So definitely worth keeping an eye on this guy. Very, very solid. I think individually just seems super, super confident. So definitely a player that is kind of worth mentioning. The other one is Hacking. He also has a decent amount to him as well. So yeah, it's kind of a spicy team. I think they've got kind of individuals who can be considered really, really crisp, really sharp. For me, the only issue that we really had with Change the Game when I was out in Yancheng with them was just they just seemed like a little bit like maybe the synergy wasn't there, so to say. That the individuals are really good, the teamwork maybe not as much, but they've had plenty of time since then, so who knows.
Yeah, very much a typical Chinese team, I think, is kind of where we're at, with the individuals looking good but not quite having that coordination. It takes a bit of time maybe, or the right veteran player to come in. We've got the Veto here on your screens as well, so pretty standard. Inferno, Mirage, Ancient, nothing too funky out there. But one thing I wanted to mention, you know, you're talking about change the game and the way that they're looking sort of pretty good from what you've seen and whatnot. Within this cup, that first round, they actually had to forfeit the game to Eruption, so it could have been a very, very different story, because in the lower bracket, the game just previous to this one, they managed to knock Eruption out. So I think that we really could have seen this team like competing with some of the stronger names within this cup, and yeah, potentially still in the upper bracket side of things if they'd not had to forfeit that first game. But as is the trend here at Challenger League, we are straight into the game, no messing about. Get that Veto for you, of course, but Counter-Strike on your screens pretty quickly, he says. We've gone in and it seems we've got a slight pause here, so hopefully I've not jumped the gun.
Yeah, had to. I will say though, I've caught both of these two sides. For me, coming into this, I actually have to say they changed the game of the favorites. They are really, really crisp if they get going. Also, from what I remember from them on LAN as well, two maps that were really, really big pocket picks for them. Ancient was played in like nearly every best of one for basically every team, but changed the game, were really good in it. Inferno was the other one. They were very good in this map. Again, they just play it puggy. They play it quite aggressively, quite sharp in terms of the way they want to approach it. It's very kind of call out a spawn, commit to it, but more often than not, it was pretty good. So worth keeping an eye out for. For me, I'm going to go change the game taking this 2-0 though. I really do like this team. I think they're individually so sharp. There's moments to like from FengDa. I think Trash is somebody who's been around a little bit of a while as well. Salmon's also started to make a little bit of a name for himself, but change the game, they just have some real heavy hitters. And Like a Shoe is one to keep an eye out for. We're on the way though. We are live. Now we can get this show on the road. Are we going Book MT? What were we saying for that one?
Yeah, there's a maybe. No, it's not Buick, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe Buick.
They do like Buicks in China, to be fair.
Yeah, so maybe he can't spell. It's tough to know.
Yeah, I hate to see it. Happens to the best of us, mate. I've been there. Trying to spell gorgeous, can't get that word down.
Yeah, that's fair. That's honestly valid. Guarantee, that's another one for me. This always, every time I'm like, is this right? I don't know. All right, we're moving up short quite quickly here, guys, as the T side not looking so hot. Catching a few different perspectives. Nice find, though, to be fair, from Vance. That'll get them in to the bomb site, at the very least. Now, of course, just got to fend off against the Julies in particular, I think, are the thing that you look towards here as being the damage, as being the worry. But quick one from Trash. Does get them back in. Going to leave it all on to Hacking, who's yet to really do anything in this round. A little rough for the first, and he's traded out super sharp. So it will just about be the CTs coming out on top.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a scrappy one. I think there's still that silver lining that can be taken away. If you are CTG, which is kind of obviously bomb plant 4 kills, that generally means a force buy coming in, especially kind of as I've come to know of Asian Counter-Strike, they love a force buy. So I'd be very surprised if we don't go for it. We do have a tech pause, though, unfortunately, before we get in towards that. But nonetheless, I still assume that we are going to get that investment coming through from Change the Game. But generally speaking, for FengDa, nice retake coming through. Trash. Couple of real important kills as well, and of course at that defuse too. So a start on their opponent's map pick. This has been, like I said, a very good map for Change the Game. They're really good on land with it. They've used it as a crutch in a lot of their online games as well. I was just checking just now. 100% win rate actually at the moment, so they are flying on this map. So for FengDa, just to get out the gates early, a little bit of a sigh of relief, that helps.
Yeah, I think so. As we're saying, it's tough when it comes to, you know, the domestic matchups, and there's a few tournaments and things that I think we don't necessarily get to see in the Western Hemisphere, and, you know, on HLTV and all this kind of stuff. So, and the scrims as well, of course. So you never fully know which way the wind is going to blow when it comes to like the tier 2 Asian scene. But a nice start for FengDa is always going to make a good difference. Not too long of a tech pause as well before we get into things here. However, an immediate buyback I think could be pretty deadly here if Change the Game play their cards right for this.
Let's see. Gales are coming through. A couple of Tech 9s. It's still a pretty scary buy. All things considered. Not a util. Tech 9 going to try and get up close. It's like a shoe's going to open things up. King will fall. A Tech 9 gets a second as 957. We'll give them some space in towards apartments. The dualies are trying to slow them down, but they can pop in towards 8, and they are.
Bomb plant goes down. I think that should be all she wrote for this one. Salmon, it's a survival battle. Maybe give it half a look in. It's not going to be the best buy in the next round, but there's just no point. So this is kind of exactly what we were talking about in the rounds where I think Change the Game are going to thrive, is just these lower buy, looser rules kind of rounds. Okay. FAMAS, yeah, he's sticking around, but I don't know why. Take that automatic weapon into the next round if it were me.
I'm with you, man. I feel like you just saved there, right? Keep hold of it in towards next. They could have even gone for a little bit of a still slightly precarious force buy, or maybe even half buy in a sense. It's, you know, he could have supported Trash essentially, right? He's buying in towards the M4. He could have done a FAMAS as well. They could have even gone for a full force around it to try and fight fire with fire, but they do have a full force. It's just unfortunately it's only the one gun, right? Having another FAMAS there could have actually mean that he could have dropped an MP9 over with a FAMAS, and at that point it's actually kind of scary, but not to be here. Trash will open things up though. The M4 gets one. And the big thing, really, if you're changing the game here, just make sure that weapon can't be recovered.
Yeah, no, that is true. Pretty deep in towards Banana. There is... Oh, just following in the footsteps. Okay, they're not even going to pay attention. He comes away with a kill, in fact. I thought he would have a good chance at the weapon, but pretty big find there from Chen King. Really big, to be honest. So, solid numbers now, solid HP. They lack a bit of that utility, but I think they've got the comeuppance here on the FengDa side. So, see what Change the Game have got in store. It seems like it was going to be an A play anyway. They're going to just go for the execute and roll through the motions here and hope to find success. Molotov is good, but it's not an instant kill, and they've all just gone down to the low buy. That's pretty incredible stuff.
That was so quick as well. No one dies over towards FengDa, so that's really going to help the finances. What a force buy. What a response as well. Sort of one of those rounds where, generally speaking, you have no right winning it, but if you are going to win it, it definitely shouldn't be flawless. So pretty damning, if we're being completely frank. Changed the game. They really let kind of a bit of a freebie slip through there. 3-1, FengDa will claw back the lead.
Some anger into this round, it would seem, from Change the Game. They will lose their first pretty quickly with an attempt down banana. Not looking good here, is it? Spam through the smoke as well, pretty solid. So FengDa, honestly, are in prime position to really start doing some damage here. Trade is easy, as it's just down to the 2 Tech 9s here. Not much that you really expect from them. Desperate attempt to burst out the balcony, not going to work out. So FengDa looking pretty solid right now. That'll be a break of the bank as well. I think they, as I say, have the opportunity to really, really stretch ahead.
Well, they do, but after the tech pause, unfortunately. Hopefully, only a brief run. It seems to be primarily, I feel like, on the Change the Game side. Takes them a bit of time to kind of be buying in. You hate to see it. But I am seeing at least a couple of changes. Hacking has gone with the Deeg. 3-1. The real hope is that this doesn't just kind of plague the series, right? Where it's kind of these issues all the way throughout. What can you do? For now, though, Trash, got to be said, flying out the gates. 8-1 for him. He's looking unbelievably good. Of course, got the clutch, the 2 kills and the defuse to kickstart this game. And since then, he just continued it. And of course, was given the, I guess, the pride in a sense of being that hero rifle. And the knock-on effect of it is massive.
Yes, very true. Always good to have like a good start. I feel that, you know, when you get like 3 kills in the pistol or whatever, suddenly you have the best game. So he does kind of stand up as the one to watch on this team as well, consistently towards the top end of the scoreboard. So I think certainly one to keep your eye on and see if he can take over this game. At the moment, definitely doing that, as we're pointing out. But there's still a fair bit of time to go. I think with all this stop-start going on, though, it's going to be difficult. Change the game. They won the force buy. You expect a team, especially a T side that wins a force buy like that, you really expect them to just take over and start getting that momentum going, but they have been completely shut down, and they've got to be careful. We've not seen much rifle prowess from this team, actually.
Yeah, I think you're right. Back live, though. The Eagle for hacking, Tech 9 for 957, so not expecting loads. I say that, 957 will get 1. And a second, AKs to be recovered, and the B site is open, so bit of an oversight coming through from FengDa. They've allowed them in towards the site. Bomb will go down. Yes, it will. Right idea, just wrong execution on the spam there, so numbers advantage.
Trash leading the charge here, though, looking to try and find a way in. I'll definitely hear him over here. Oh, he's actually going to lose his teammate. It's more on this CT move into the 1 versus 1, though, as Trash has just kind of baited things out, taking it slowly. Knows that there's really only one place that this player can be. However, Hacking is playing it beautifully. Will go down. Maybe a tad bit too early on the peak. He panicked. He peeked round, and he gave the opportunity for another Trash clutch to go the way of FengDa.
They keep feeding him. You can't afford to do it. Trash will continue to step up time and time again if you give him these opportunities. And so far, so good. I highlighted him coming in towards this game, right? He's, generally speaking, one of the main guys you look towards on this side. He's actually one of the most experienced players on this side. So he's roster hopped a fair decent amount with an Asian Counter-Strike, and he's looking really good again. 10-1 at the moment. Wow. This is a spicy one. GL. Play in front of the smoke. He's got the right idea here. Oh, it doesn't have the shot, but I like the proactivity there on the CT side.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a tough one to hit.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is good to see FengDa getting in the face of their opponents and just really trying to hammer this one home. And at the moment, really in control. Lots and lots of chunk damage done as well. So some unrealized power right here for the side of FengDa. They are once again in the ascendancy. Looking good.
Yeah, really can't complain. A lot of damage, right? So there's this question now of what do you actually do or change the game with kind of how low they are. I'm actually surprised Lycashu hasn't been given the orb. Not only him being low, but he actually was pretty sharp with it when I saw him in the past. Double swing going to come through. They're going to go dry here. It should just be an absolute shooting gallery, and it is a little scrappy, but Trash is still here. He's still hitting shots, and now they've got to focus on trying to clear him. And as they do, the AWP will come to support. Trash does not need to peek. You just stay exactly where you are, and they'll continue one by one to move in your favor. AWP looking for another, but caught off by Vance. Has to be life left in this round still. 2 versus 2, but 0 is 2 points of HP.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? The kills kind of come in at the wrong time. Mr. Buick up here as well, you would assume, is in a good spot. I'm just going with it. It's so much easier to roll the Buick man himself. He is mollied off, so pretty solid read here from the T side to allow that bomb to go down. Just get a reset on the positions as well. That was the kill that you needed, however. Vance going to be left with the AWP and too many targets. He's trying to flick up, getting shot from below. Again, those numbers come into play, those initial kills, that initial damage really making the difference for FengDa. But a good, solid effort from the 2 remaining Ts there on Change the Game. 5-1 now. Looking really good on Change the Game's map pick. Unfortunately, another tech issue, though. You really do hate to see it. I've got as many tech issues as rounds at the moment. And again, I've got to assume Change the Game. Just by the lack of investment, really. But then again, who knows? FengDa, though, 5-1. Trash, again, another round in which he just steps up. It's just such an important kill. That setup that they've got, 2-man setup out towards long, really quite difficult, actually, to break down. But you've also probably got to ask a few questions, right? When you're looking at Change the Game come around that corner. They've got 3 players in that direction. They go dry. I mean, you're just asking to get picked off by an AWP. They know there's plenty of money to work with for FengDa. They should assume that there's at least 1 AWP in play, maybe even a second. So try peeking out towards long. It's a death wish. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice artwork.
I need some. Obviously just moved, right? I need some.
Yeah, you need some. Yeah,
it's pretty blank walls behind me. I have to be said.
I'm sure you'll get it. So you've got good taste. You'll sort it out. Don't worry about it.
You're too kind. You're a sweet talker over here.
What can I say? All right, back into the action. Low enough round here, I think, from the Change the Game guys that we don't expect too much out from it, but. They've found success on these lower buys. Like I say, when there's sort of no rules of engagement, they can kind of do what they want. They do seem to have a little bit of an upper hand. And there you go. It is a trade, but all the same, still going to be good for the T side to give them some decent control. What is going on here? What a mad move from Chen King, especially when there's been a disruption on that A bomb site. He still commits to the idea, and now B is super, super vulnerable.
Yeah, this is putting a lot of pressure on the shoulders of Sam, and how's he going to play this? He goes aggressive, and it's actually going to work out for him. Gets the first, looks for a second, and he just gets jumping shot by Lycashu and Coffins. Buick drives on forward through that smoke, but it'll be at the cost of his life. Oh my god, it was trying to get a pop shot as they were crossing through. We're hacking low now. 3GL, he could have been tempted to stick around, but I think this is the right call. Just get out of there. Give up a round here. Keep hold of that AWP. And finally Change the Game get around. The only issue is, though, yes, it's great that Change the Game have got around. We're still yet to see them do anything on gun rounds. This is another round where they've done it on a force.
It's true. It is true. I mean, that is always the reality check that we have to bring to the broadcast. And I think, indeed, it is going to make a pretty keen difference, right? And if it's just 1 or 2 rounds here or there, FengDa would be like, it's a little bit silly, but if they can hold it together in the more conventional rounds, they're still going to have this pretty solid buffer to work with. So kind of a turning point, I think, in this first half now. It's like, are we going to see Change the Game close the gap off the back of another low buy round? They perhaps should have done it the first time. that they managed to, it was full force, full break of the CTs. But there is also that opportunity for FengDa to, again, just keep them at arm's length and prove that it doesn't matter as much so long as the rifles keep going their way. So yeah, pretty big round here, folks.
Let's see. Flash. Give them a bit of minute control here, but an early smoke will be respected. FengDa don't want to really push through it, as they've done a couple of times. On the flip side as well, change the game a little cautious around this. They're giving up apps control. That's the one slight positive to work with here for change the game. They don't really have a lot of information, but they do have this control. But Zero's made noise. They know he's in here.
Slow creep up banana. Gonna be kept at bay by a smoke for now. Interesting kind of dumping of nades in a way we might call that. That it's like they've not... Oh, some team damage. That's awkward. But they've not necessarily heard anything in banana. So the retake nades there, they've also not done much with it. It slows them down for the time being, but I don't think that the T side are particularly worried. And banana is still a pretty valid option for them.
Oh my god, Trash. He's actually very fortunate to get out of there alive. Jumping around that corner. It's Salmon who bails him out. And Zero drops. Pretty important kill to find as well. Zero, as we said, kind of generally is the numbers man for this team. So the big hitter dropped. Oh my god, this is so scrappy. How are they still alive in towards second orange? How has Chen King got away with a kill? He should have been dead so long ago. This round's all but done. The last one on 957, a known quantity in towards Church. And it's the AWP that sees him off. That was a pretty awful round to watch in all fairness from Change the Game. And this comes back to what I said at the start, right? Change the Game are sharp individually. Teamwork's always been their issue. They're just all over the place. And this has not really changed from when I saw them on LAN 6 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem, isn't it? That finding that consistency and having the foundations to work with. I think that's what a lot of, interestingly enough, the kind of professional Chinese teams in particular do lack. That it's like, let's just throw the kitchen sink at every single round, and eventually that's gonna stop working. And I think, yeah, they maybe lack some of the tactical depth that like tier 2 European teams, for example, tend to do pretty well with. And it's just kind of going from bad to worse. Also, the other side of things that we like to talk about quite a bit is like the mental side. I think that they can get in their own heads. You lose a couple silly rounds or whatever, and you can tilt pretty heavily, and that's maybe what we're seeing from Change the Game a bit here. The early rounds, it's not looking too good. Oh, the timing is so awkward. Oh. Trash just keeps the kills coming. Look, he has remained a consistent factor. Bear in mind, no scope to close out the round, and a flawless rifle there from FengDa.
Yeah, he's looking great. Really is. Continues to be such a menace to deal with for this side. Such fun Counter-Strike we're getting as well in terms of the scope of which FengDa can play. The pace, the tempo changes, looking really, really good. And, I'm actually kind of impressed in the sense, like I said, I came in towards this one pretty heavy on Change the Game. I think they've just looked like a really decent side for me when I've caught them in the past, especially comparatively. But there's no competition right now. There's only one team in this. Attack ball's going to be taken here by the T side. And Change the Game need to do as the namesake says.
Yes, I think that's a fair way of putting it. A nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
It, by all accounts, are a couple rounds that FengDa have let slip through their fingers as well. So we have to bear that in mind if you really want to paint a bleak picture. I think CTG have not really made a mark at all. And unfortunately, this is the way it goes from time to time. A dominant CT side is on the cards, but still just that sliver of room for the T's to really back things up. And FengDa have gone a little crazy, I think it's safe to say. They sent it down middle, sent it into second middle, and they have, unfortunately, lost the man advantage. It might even, with a solid B take here, just be a save from FengDa, to be honest. Yep. I know you've got money, but positionally, there's just not much that they can do about this.
Yeah, there could be probably a world in which you call it wraps already, and yeah, I think you're right. Look, they're out. Over towards A, they save. don't really know of anything really worth upgrading to. As long as they stay alive. We kind of saw in a few of these save calls for FengDa where they've just stuck around maybe a little bit too close to the action and it's cost a gun. I think it's worth doing. But at the same time, when you've got plenty of money, you can actually be kind of proactive on the exits here. There's, you know, even an argument to be made that you should stay close to the action because you know that the T-side economy is not looking great. And this could actually work in their favor here. In behind. Should be a kill in towards ramp. There it is. Might get another fight as well. Ollie will come down. There's another in through mid as well. But is he going to get the fight? No, he's going to fall to the hands of Vance. So it's one kill. It's a consolation at that tail end. Just to try and make it a little bit more expensive. But for the most part, doesn't do all too much. So, a third on the board. There's still real scope for recovery here. I mean, if Change the Game get up to 5, it's really not a bad half.
Yeah, exactly. It's always something that we try and aim for. Like, you know, it's nice to be in the lead. It's nice to feel like you are winning. But when we look at things more pragmatically, yeah, 5 rounds is always comfortable, always workable. A pistol evens things up in the blink of an eye. So see if they can get there. I mean, it's easier said than done at this stage is the problem. And here we are back to maybe the winning ways. We'll see. Quick trades in mid and banana. So an even situation, sometimes more beneficial for the T side, but they're quite split at the moment.
Yeah, sort of an eerily quiet start around comparatively. There's been a lot of, especially when there's an opening kill or an opening trade, they just commit to the fights really, really quickly. To slow down here, and it could work for Change the Game because it's forced a fight. Chen King and 3GL now both dropped. Look at the sneak move. Salmon doesn't realize he's been wrapped here. 957's getting the backline. This is a freebie. B-side's taken. This is it. The round's done already. Bomb's coming to join. I was going to say he's going to go for the knife. He looked like he was tempted, but yeah, the round's all but done. A-side's simultaneously being dropped as well, and 0. We'll get 2 over there, so we didn't even need the plant over towards B. It's actually kind of a rare dominant round from Change the Game. That's good.
Indeed. And after a slightly dodgy start as well. Really well found. And that gap closer you were talking about might just be on the cards here. I think they're going to be pretty confident for it. In all fairness, see if they can keep it going into that second half. But a resurgence, and it does come off the back of that attack pause as well. So kind of does show you how important they can be to just reset things a little. And I think, again, from my perspective, it's got to be the mental side of things. CTG were just charging in and giving away free kills in some of the mid portion. Great flash here for Chen King. Can't quite make it 2. He nearly does, though. So maybe he's done enough damage, and also a feint from that CT side that it's like, okay, usually you play 2 on B. They've just sent 1 in. Should only be 1 here, but no, they were playing 3 initially. So this could be a little more tricky to get in there than first expected.
Yeah. It's had damage to 957 as well. Means even kind of the likes of the MP and Irons and the FAMAS become just so precarious to him. And hacking, same thing. He's sort of in that range of the kind of even a dink would leave him really reeling. "40 seconds. Not a lot of time here. Committing back towards this B here. You got a Plants player of trash, a Coffins player too. Oh, Buick. The swing with the UMP gets 1. It's the FAMAS, actually. That doubles both of them. Never mind. They still crack open the B site, but the retake is still on the cards. It's just with an AWP, though.
Yeah, I don't know, though. It's the HPs is the one big thing you got to look at here. It's kind of tough to say. We're going to see him pick up an AK, so maybe a communication of low HPs. Kit as well retrieved here. M4 upgrade. So it keeps getting better and better for the retakers. Just a question of whether they can find it. They've got this one Molotov as well that in the right place could make life easier. It does indeed. Down goes the super low AWP. It's all going to be on hacking here on the headshot angle of Coffins. Looking for the next, and he flies round to take it. Okay, fair play. Respect on his name for that. super, super clean finish, and it will indeed be a close up from CTG.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and Rolex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon, red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on the better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice.
Welcome back in. We had a keen turnaround from Change the Game, of course. That's where we left off. We'll see if we can pick up there. The pistol now gives a chance to FengDa to just bring things back down to their side. And, well, a big fight in at middle might be the way to do it. A lot of damage onto those CT players. They don't really have a lot of time to get away from the action either. So, yeah, those Glocks going to close the gap and mow them down. A regretful choice, it would seem, to take the scrap in at middle. And a 4 versus 2... now retake as the bomb is just about going to get planted here. Salmon has missed this player. Crazy timing on 9:57 as he will look to, you know, try and make use of that, but still doesn't look too good. And he will eventually go down. He knew something was up. I think he maybe understood there was someone holding the flank, but it doesn't matter. He goes down, and that should be all she wrote. Trash, of course, to finish it off. Bit of a monster on the pistols, it would seem.
Yeah. 2 kills on both pistol rounds. Really, really nice work from him. Man, this is still quite damning, right? Because just things really aren't properly clicking for CTG. 8-5 now realistically should be made 9. They're going to go for the force as well, so you lose that. And then at that point, we're talking about where FengDa should hit 10, and it's already starting to get to the beginning of the end. If we're being completely honest, Change the Game have like 2 proper gun rounds left in this game. If things continue on this current trajectory, it's not a good spot to be in. They've got to find a round out of nothing. Hang on, this could be the round out of nothing. Hacking. And Zero a kill apiece with the MP9s. A quick check that'll come through from the nade, but even still, that's not a bad start. They've gambled to be side, and it's worked in the early engagement.
Could be big. They're rotating around pretty quickly, though, so I'm not so sure on this. There's a player in the apartments. We'll see. Could be a big fight here. 5-7 goes down, which it does. We're now back to even, and they've kind of put the resources in the wrong place. Gets very, very weird from here. And big decisions on the cards. You know, where are you going to send this bomb? Seems maybe a fake out towards A. So a quick smoke down. See if there's any kind of reaction. But they will look to back off towards B. And like I say, that is the weaker defended bomb site here.
So down CT. So 957, what have you got for us? He has to try and buy a bit of time for this rotation to come through. I kind of like the idea of not peeking here. Just try and wait, but 957 will fall. And Zero can't really do a lot. He's a known quantity too. This bomb will go down. Nothing they can do to deny. Like a shoe, sort of all on his shoulders. And the first isn't bad. Flash over. Buick and Salmon are both low here. These MP9s can win this. Oh my, Salmon's got to win this fight. This is so scrappy. And he loses it. All on the shoulder of this man, Buick. Trying to buy time, trying to fight, and he wins it. Beautiful from Buick as FengDa are bailed out. But my God, that was seriously dicey.
Yeah, there's some very messy rounds in here. I mean, FengDa are going to be counting their lucky stars to be getting away with a couple of these. It's been a while since they've had stability, I think it is safe to say. And they're looking more and more shaky, but they have such a defense built up, right, with the rounds. It was 7-2 before we saw Change the Game getting rounds back on the board, that it is going to make a big difference. So we'll see. It's straight chaos into this round, though. However, super clean all of a sudden from the Galil in particular of 3GL. All going to be down to this 5-7 of 9-5-7. I bet he wishes he had 9-5-7s right now, but obviously not the case. Only one available. He's so far away.
See what you did there.
Yeah, thank you. It was right there. Listen, I'm not going to claim that that was some clever wordplay. That one was written for me.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
10-5 though. I mean, man, it actually kind of feels like when we were at, what was it, like sort of 7-2 scoreline, it already felt like the beginning of the end of this map, but I feel like we are really now starting to get there. And you can sort of see where we're changing the game. They're even sort of deliberating of, do we just kind of force buy our way either out or into this game, right? That we continue just to kind of invest in. They did go initially for a few of those players, big investments. They ended up selling up, leaving money left over. Eagle Zero tries to take a pop shot. His Crosshair was aiming for a ramp play, but they'd already swung out mid. Slow buy. It still can be a precarious one, especially with the upgraded pistols and MP9. Still can be quite difficult to deal with, but as a whole, FengDa should be getting 11 here.
Yeah, you would assume so. I think that sets them up in pretty good stead to just take things over the line. So, certainly stumbling with it. Certainly not the cleanest. But they're slowly getting themselves there. Light utility over on B, I think, again, to just test the water and confuse things slightly. There's no response, so a second one comes in. Still looks like it could all just be one person right now, so a little difficult for the CTs to really know what is going on. Salmon ahead of the action here as well, as he's just contacting in. Spots that first body. Do we want to dedicate here? They're a little tentative. It's a little dangerous looking. That is for damn sure. And they are actually going to back off and go towards A, but Change the Game have not moved off this bomb site. They have not bought the bait over on B. So this could get messy.
Yeah, it actually could. First fight. 1-for-1 trade isn't bad. Still, though, with Trash alive, you just kind of have to believe, right? He's just been so good, but now he's dead. So, you stop believing because it's not working right. All on the shoulders of 3GL. Now we're going to pull off a quad clutch for him. Glock pulled out. What is happening? 7 seconds as well, so no time to plant anymore. That's the round. Done on a swing by 957 with the 5-7. Sees it off. Man, like you said, they hadn't fallen for the bait, and they go into the stack side. It all falls apart. This is the exact kind of round that changed the game needed.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Some luck to go their way, I think, for once in this half. Comes just at the right time. I think there will be a buyout here from the T side, but it's gonna lack some bite, some utility, and maybe a weaker weapon for Trash, which is not really ideal. You know, I think you want him on an AK as much as possible. So hopefully they work that out. But it is kind of a classic of pro teams to not really rule by committee, and he's on the Mac 10. So, yeah, unlucky.
Attack pause to be taken. I think, you know, when you are FengDa in a situation like this, well, you just want to be kind of careful. You just want to make it sure. Don't let things slip for kind of no reason. We'll take a bit of a brief respite from what has actually been quite a quick game. Back on the way, 10-6, 4 rounds ahead. Change the game, need a real good streak off the back of that round 1 there. Seemingly out of nowhere, we've now got to try and make this stick. Try and find a bit of consistency. Up close to us, 3GL can take a lot of damage. The Chen King to open things up as 957 falls. And a reaction from Trash will catch hacking. So already the B site now vulnerable and should be completely open. A dink that comes through like a shoe is so lucky.
Yeah, you got to be saving here for sure. Unfortunately for Change the Game, they needed this response. Wild kind of peek from Zero. Just before the bomb goes down, he's got some support that's come back. This is a weird finish to the round, I think it is safe to say. The bomb's taken ages to get towards B, so, you know, that's drawn it out. And then we had a save, but now it's not a save. And now they're back. So I don't know what to say. Are we going for it? Are we saving? What's the plan here? It looks like they're kind of going for it. Try and get Zero in at the very least. And he's a man on a mission, but it's a pretty tough mission. Can't complete it by himself, so it will be the save forced out eventually.
Yeah, I think it is the right call. They should have made it earlier, if we're being honest. Like, essentially, when you said it, I think we should save it. They should be, yeah. No, you're right, mate. We should save. But they didn't. One more casualty. Like a shoot. He's so lucky to be alive. And that Mac 10 spamming through. Just one more bullet required onto him. Gets dinged on the initial swing as well. And FengDa up to 11. And this is the issue again. We've changed the game. It's, you know, we finally find something, a bit of success, and then it's immediately just thrown back in their face. And that's not what we want to be. This is a side that are still trying to kind of prove that they can pull something out of this. But I don't know, if you can't find back-to-back rounds, if you can't make gun rounds stick as well, like, we're for the most part only winning low buy rounds. It's just simply not good enough. 11 now for FengDa. They're so close to taking away their opponent's map pick.
It's like we often say, man, it's the big C, consistency. We talk about it a lot, but it is so important, and it's something that I think really splits the good teams from the great teams, and maybe even from the best teams as well.
Yeah.
In the world of Counter-Strike, and it's just something that, you know, if you're not able to replicate game on game on game, you are going to struggle. And in a pretty important place, Change the Game have not shown up. Looks like it might be the case once again. A lovely little move out the balcony is just going to catch them completely off guard. Zero is traded instantly, and that should be that for the penultimate round here, if all things go to plan for FengDa. 957 once again, going to look to save.
Yeah, I mean, what can he do, right, in a situation like this? Unfortunately, there's no other option. It's so damning how quick these rounds get decided as well, right? You know, it's like a minute on the clock and he's already calling for a save. We're looking at how just FengDa are flying into fights. There's no respect being shown here by them, and, well, rightfully so, in all honesty. Question is, will he survive the hunt? First fight he comes out on top of. He's pinted in here, doesn't realize it. Oh my. He's going back in towards the AK, and he's doing a decent job of surviving this, in all fairness. Pistol pulled out, but they're now actually going to show him the respect, so he will stay alive. That's on an AK to upgrade to as well, so silver lining, sure, but let's be frank. Silver linings at a point like this, who cares? 12-6, FengDa. Map point their opponent's map pick, and so deservedly.
Yes, they have most certainly been the better side. I think, you know, a small hiccup towards the end of the first half, but beyond that, they've been really, really dominant hitter and winning out a few more of those 50-50 rounds, you know, the clutch situations and whatnot, been much better with. Just some silliness in there, really. You know, it might even come down to the fact that it's like, oh, should be an eco round here. We can maybe take our foot off the gas, play a bit looser, and actually, no, you just need to be nice and strict the whole way through. Oh, we'll see, though. Maybe there's a bit of life left in it. Oh, at the moment, Hacking has made a move, ducking and weaving, finds two to give them a solid advantage right here.
It's just, at this point, they've got nothing left to lose, right? So they're just flying into fight, and I kind of respect it, in all fairness. It's very obviously caught FengDa off guard. Hacking's still here, but 957 will spam through the smoke, and he'll deliver. That's that saved AK being put to work. Down to 2, 3GL and Buick. What do we actually do from a spot like this? 2 versus 5, you've got no information. The bomb is basically trapped as well, and, well, Buick should be dead to rights momentarily. Left on 22 points of HP. This round is a write-off.
Oh, lovely find there. I'm 5'7". Decent enough round from him. He's been having quite a good second half. Maybe not backed up by the rest of the squad, but feels like his impact has been quite good here. 5 more in a row to go. I mean, the second one's not going to be too hard, so I think, you know, this could be very, very workable if Change the Game can just net some really clean rifle rounds, deny some bomb plants, you know, make life very difficult for their opponents.
It's definitely not off the cards just yet, but yeah, I mean, the recovery required is pretty damn immense. We'll see. 5 round the deficit, but his finances aren't looking great, so I'm not going to completely count them out just yet. But there still hasn't been really the step-ups that I've wanted from a couple of the players. You know, Hacking sometimes has some decent maps, like a shoe. I've seen some really good maps from him, and both for being quiet. I feel like they're going to be kind of required if this is going to recover in any sort of fashion. They take banana control early, change the game, and then it looks like they want to relinquish it. Molly down. They're going to go with the flash in front of it, and a drive-by Tech 9 will get the trade.
Ooh. Little awkward. Like Shoe going to manage to find it, though. However, this B-bomb site is fully compromised, and there's a man in behind enemy lines. They can't pin him down. They don't know what he's doing. The Phantom of Trash is in and out. Terrifyingly. Bomb plan going to come in. Oh, this smoke could go down at the worst possible moment, though. 3GL just, yeah, not considering Banana that quickly. They actually broke the smoke. Nice find from Trash, however, to keep them in it. He's looking for the ace. It's going to be robbed as soon as they get the words out, but maybe has given them a chance to close out the game in the unlikely round. Vance is left to do it all by himself here, and he's so panicked. Tap on the bomb. Flash coming in. It's Trash to take it. A 4-piece from him, as they will, of course, win it out with a force by giving Change the Game a taste of their own medicine there, Neo.
Yeah, exactly that. What a map from Trash, though. I mean, he was just lights out from the get-go. Ends on 23 kills, I'm right in saying. A really, really solid performance all the way throughout. I think, unfortunately, just fundamentally Change the Game really did not look too good here. It was very scrappy. Spacing was pretty poor. It wasn't that holistic approach. They were super reliant on individuals stepping up in a massive way and just kind of pulling a lot of the way. The team play was actually pretty poor, and that's where FengDa actually did quite well. I thought they played off each other quite nicely. Did a lot of decent little 1-2 setups that were really, really difficult for Change the Game to break down. It was fun. It was good Counter-Strike, and it's a good map for FengDa to take as well. That's a map in which Change the Game have looked very good on. They've got a 100% win rate in online recently, and FengDa have opened up the series by stealing it away.
Very true indeed. I think they'll be pretty happy with the way that things have gone down here, and a very, very impressive run from them. In all honesty, I'm not so sure. Change the Game going to have to sort of talk things over. It did seem like a small tech pause and whatnot. Tech pause, sorry, in there, you know, made all the difference for these guys. But there's a lot of work left to be done, I feel, before we move on. And I don't know what to make of it. You know, this is the thing when you check in with these teams once every couple of months. Are you going to have the same team? Does it depend on the day? We're about to find out, I suppose. We've got that pick of Mirage coming up next. FengDa looking to close this one out in 2. Can they do it? We'll find out.
keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my speaker can't. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. 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 Going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going 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 till my speaker can't blow.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and Rolex account or blue face. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on the better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta think.
All right, we are back in here, of course. Second map between Change the Game and FengDa. FengDa stealing away the first map pick. They take it in pretty clean fashion as well, which I think is a very worrying sign for Change the Game, who we'd maybe given the upper hand. They have some pretty sharp individuals, and they have indeed shown, over the past few months that they're on the up, that they are a team to keep an eye on, but unfortunately just not really showing up. And beside the force buys, I think, we probably would have been looking at maybe 4 rounds for them or something like that if they'd not been winning out these cheeky force buys. So really quite a poor showing to open up.
Yeah, just really is just not the way I expected things to go. Having known this team and seen what they can bring to the table was just really, really quite flat, in all fairness. Now, Mirage is always a great litmus test, always a great map in which teams can kind of recover from, just because it's so simple. Everybody knows it, there's nothing new on it. That can always help, but they've really got to get out of the gates flying. Pistols have been very good for FengDa, especially for Trash. Individually, 4 kills across the 2 pistols. And he's looking to start it again. Oh, they keep testing him. He's so good on these pistols at the moment. He's giving them space now towards B-Apps.
Yeah, could do something with this for sure. Bomb's still in T-spawn. So we are just kind of playing it slow, I think it's safe to say, on the FengDa side. Really taking time to wind up here. 0. Oh, it's a dangerous peak, but he gets it on the USP. Keeps his cool. Could be a bit of a game changer. Meanwhile, mid is open. A is somewhat vulnerable as well, but the USP's staying crisp here. Chen King in a good spot. Oh, okay. He does get the kill eventually. It was enough of a surprise attack that he will manage to even up the numbers, create space for the bomb, potentially. I don't know. Getting a bit weird out here. There's a smoke at the top end of connector that kind of keeps the T's, cordoned off themselves. I don't quite know what to make of it. It's gotten a bit messy here. The bomb's managed to cross, but there is a creep in from 0, and he will deny. He might just win the round out here as well. 3GL left to clutch up against the entirety of the retake. And he really does not look good. He's a little nervous. He's got to recover that bomb, loses his head, and it's a 4-piece from 0.
What a way to start off in towards a map as well. Just a kind of a monstrous kind of swing in terms of momentum. It starts really quite well, but yeah, 0 does so well. He's got to be punished, though. I think it's kind of the big thing. Spacing was pretty poor, all things considered. He was just given such a luxury to fight. 0 is, generally speaking, the numbers guy over towards this side, and that's a really, really good round coming through from him. We'll get a tiny investment with the Deagle for Trash, which works. This guy's so good on the pistols. It's a nice clip there from 0. 5-0 to start for him. Could be a bit of a shooting gallery with that rifle in this round, but yeah, Change Game, they needed that. Break the initial deadlock of slow starts in towards halves. Give yourself a bit of a lifeline. If they can just overcome this slight, I guess, not even force buy, low buy, they can overcome this round without it being too expensive. That's when they can start setting themselves up quite nicely. Swing again towards mid. Buick will go down. Another kill for 0 as well. They're going to get a bomb plant, though. Hey, do you know what? All things is a kill and a bomb plant. This round's already kind of a pseudo win in itself. Sam will get caught on the cross by Vance. I'm not expecting really too much here. I don't think they're going to be able to do much as well in terms of this post plant, but you can take the silver linings here, absolutely.
Tap on the bomb. Should be a hold, actually. I think they will be easily able. No resistance coming. Deagle at the end, however. Trash. Can he maybe snipe it up? No, unfortunately not, but going to take a name or so. I mean, still going to be good damage. And as you say, silver linings and whatnot, right? They're going to have a really comfortable buy here. They've certainly put the fear into Change the Game. And there is going to be this worry as we move on to Mirage, the pick of FengDa, that it's like, can we really get going? Is it going to be another case of failed rifle rounds? We're about to find out.
We'll see. When the guns were in play, it was basically only real one team in the server in that previous map. It was all FengDa when investments were level. So, yeah, like you were saying, I do wonder whether that question kind of arises again of, is it just going to go right back to normality and loose quotation marks of FengDa looking so strong? They're on that T side, and T side Mirage can be really difficult to deal with. Oh my, Chenkin gets one. Thankfully, quick trade from Zero. He's 8-0 now.
Slow util out. Big mid control maybe coming in. See if they can actually do anything with it. Boost up in the window. Got Buick over here as well. Up in Palace. Oh, the very tip of his head spotted, and Hacking keeps his cool to find that kill. So a really weird A-site set up here. Salmon and 3GL going to chime in, however, so maybe not. I thought that would be a super strange one for them to deal with, but they just win out their fight super clean. Got this player up in the window who might not be expected, but a tough retake regardless from CTG. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, trash. Easy for him. It's going to be 957 left to clutch things up. He's got that kit. That's kind of about all he's got going for him at this point. Patiently waiting for some kind of a move. I think he's halfway saving. Maybe take a kill if it comes his way. Maybe take a gun upgrade, but this will be the round going the way of FengDa. Oh, wait a minute. I hadn't even thought about that. He was going for the late ninja. Not going to happen. Surely. Surely?
Oh my god.
I thought for a moment they were just going to assume it was over, but no. It cost them a lot in the end, though.
It did.
It does cost them a lot.
It did. The flashover really worried me for a second there as well, gotta be said, but in the end, it is still a spot where, you know, it's a hefty reinvestment coming through, but at the same time, both sides, Econ's actually pretty on edge. I think it's probably the way to put it, thin ice for both of them. We like to call these rounds swing rounds. You win this one. The second's more or less a bit of a freebie. It's Hacking to open things up as Trash is spammed down, and Salmon also fall to the hands of Zero, who gets yet another kill. I mean, my god, this guy is inevitable at the moment. They cannot seem to deal with him. Vance should be dead, and he is. At the same time, so is Hacking as well. FreeGel very lucky to get out of there alive, and same can't be said for Chen King as he's caught on the swing with the MP9. Bomb will go down. No, it doesn't. Died right at the end there. This is carnage.
Yeah, this is, again, so very awkward from an unlikely round. M4 still in play is the big thing, though. Like a shoe, I think. It's scary, to say the least. 957 goes down easily. Last player is going to be known about just a wide swing coming in on the Galil.
Wow.
No care in the world, and a really keen 1v2 was much, much needed for FengDa.
Wow, that is a little bit of a throw, if I'm being completely honest as well. Buick is given the opportunity to isolate fights there. Like a shoe's got to do better. Got to play off the back of the contact. Or just the synergy there has got to be a lot better. Really kind of scrappy in a way, but like we said, a swing round, because here is that knock-on effect. Double AK. M4 Galil on a MAC-10 shouldn't have too much of a problem dealing with the upgraded pistols on towards CTG. But honestly, so far, with this game and how it's played out, who knows?
It is very true. A little bit of a look here towards middle. Oh. Slow peaks, but nothing coming. Just, I think, learning their lesson from the previous round to play a bit of patience here and be very respectful, be very weary of what CTG can cook up in these lower buy rounds. Kind of seems to be merchants of them throughout the series thus far. So if you can stop them in their tracks and not allow them the confidence in these upgraded pistols moving forwards, it can be pretty beneficial. I think it's safe to say. On the edge of the smoke, there is a find from Trash, but Hacking is here. He is around looking for a little bit more. He'll keep it coming on that MAC-10, actually. So some money made, some kills coming in. It's just the fact that the remaining players are pretty far away. It'll allow a reset to come in. Chen King kept his cool there on low ammo. So should be all good now as that bomb's been planted.
Yeah, but generally speaking, should have no issue here. hope. I mean, the Deagle can still be a bit of a threat. Even as well, any sort of exit kills can be quite difficult in terms of keeping that seaside econ in check. Vance was actually trying to be a bit of a distraction there. Unfortunately, like you couldn't get in time. The Deagle holding. Oh, he's passed ahead. Oh, he just doesn't get the opportunity to catch him in the crosshair. He might get an exit, but Chen King, nice little double check back to make sure. So only a couple of casualties as a whole. FengDa, they're not too upset with how they've now taken the lead in the fashion that they've taken it to.
Yeah, again, a little difficult in the beginning, but I think this is one of the things if we can see them really stretching ahead. And you have to bear in mind, it was how effective their CT side was. So, you know, based on what we've been shown here, I think that if there is any power in this T side, it's really, really going to be valuable for them. So, yeah, very, very interested to see how things go down. A lot of damage early on here, as there's some spamming, I think, that is pretty effective. Unfortunate to not net an early kill. Meanwhile, hacking down below, backed up, that early damage coming into play. They will force him out for the trade, but it still looks really damn good. The CTG firmly in control, I think it is safe to say. Zero spots out more. They might lose the bomb plan here, but other than that, I think everything is in their favor. And with more kills coming in, they can certainly get aggressive to try and deny this bomb plant. They will do just that. My goodness, deer in headlights there from FengDa, in all honesty. I don't think rushing is quite as comfortable for them.
Yeah, honestly, a slower round, in a sense, feels like probably where FengDa have done a lot of their best work, where they play with the tempo a little bit, use opening kills as sort of ways to kind of barrel in towards the side. So when we saw them look really good on the T side in Inferno, it did come off the back of sort of we default out the gates, see where the gaps are, and then pounce off the back of it. But it's just quite a simple call ultimately, isn't it? It's just too easy. Good work from CTG though. All you can do is hit what's in front of you and, well, the targets fly in. Aid comes through. Too deep though. Not going to do anything. It's still a precarious round. That 1 AK, 3 GL can be difficult to deal with. The tech hands are always quite scary and there's a lot of kind of swingable angles.
Certainly in agreement. Quick move into the window. I think it's maybe just been heard by this jungle player hacking, though. A little unsure, head not swivel, but he will manage to find the important kill. You know, the cheeky man in behind. He knows there's got to be another one there as well. So holding it together quite nicely here. 3GL on the AK gives us one. Obviously going to need a few more of those before we really start to get excited. Unfortunately, not going to happen for him. So some flat rounds here from FengDa, it's safe to say. And therefore change the game. We'll take the lead.
Very back and forth for this Mirage. It's really quite scrappy. Neither side are getting a strong kind of stranglehold on the momentum. It makes it quite difficult to predict. However, money is broken over towards FengDa. So nothing really to be brought to the table here. It should be a fifth for change the game. They can get like bare minimum 6 on the CT side. I'm pretty happy with that, all things considered. First, it's just taking them a bit of time to wake up in towards the series, but this is looking a lot more like it, where they actually can go toe-to-toe. I'm still not super convinced at the moment, but at least for now, we'll take what we can get. Vaughn's holding in towards mid. Shouldn't have too much of an issue here. They don't have the util to clear him off the angle, so the only thing for him is just trying not to get traded. Takes a shot, gets a leg, drops a molly, so I'm trying to stop them jumping in, but they're going to continue walking in towards the AWP, and he'll have a field day.
Uh-oh. Okay. I mean, in isolation, it's a decent kill. Maybe if you can get, like, rid of the AWP, potentially? Easier said than done. Smoke comes in. Oh, it's close. That is close. He's going to go down here, surely. Yeah, the nade finishes him off. They managed to get the bomb plant in there as well, over on B. So, you know, a kill on that AWPer in particular, and then a bomb plant. I think you'd be happy with that, to be honest.
Yeah. Again, we come back to this sort of buzzword of silver linings in a way, and that's still not a bad one. So 5-3, buy back in play. So does 3GL go for the AWP? I mean, technically AWP half armor. It's just, is it actually worth the risk? Yes, in his eyes it is. AWP half armor is actually what he's going to go for. Smoke and flash behind it. We'll see. Vance not being too scary just yet with that orb, but at the same time, always a threat. Trash, as he's crossing towards mid, is left on 4 points of HP, so he feels like a write-off for this round. I can't really imagine what he does from here. As lower this kind of underpass control is taken, they're moving through apps.
Yeah, it is true. This is a good spot for them to be in. Got eyes on it, though, from the T side of things. Oh, it's an awkward tag. Really weird change of damage there. Also some team damage in at middle, it would appear, with the kills that go down there. So 3-on-3, the T's left a little worse for wear, but chaos is generally something that I think the T side would be happy with. Not sure if that smoke is designed to spread down. I feel like it should potentially have landed on the floor, so 957 feels confident, yeah, to move in. It is a failed smoke. I thought for a second, I was like, maybe it's, you know, gonna spread down like one of those cool ones, but no, it is just a failed smoke, unfortunately. Buick with a big find here, and all of a sudden, FengDa have battled back into the round, leaving Vance with his AWP, certainly in the action here, but you don't fancy his chances.
Oh, well. They're going to find Chen King, and Vance will fall immediately off the back of it. So a nice response coming through from FengDa. It is still a little bit expensive. But as a whole, a round is a round. That's all that matters. The big thing of FengDa is if we can now just chain back-to-back run. You get 5 rounds on T-side of Mirage, you're pretty happy with that. This is still a CT-side map, all things considered. 5 rounds T-side, even if that's how the half ends, you take that, I think, most days of the week. And because we're still in this back-and-forth nature, neither side's economy is really quite good here. So if FengDa can overcome this round, you break the econ of C2G, and before you know it, you've got a real decent chance. So this game, this map, this half is still really on a nice edge.
Yeah, very much so. Oh, little jump peek there. The nade, minimal damage, not quite deep enough. Dangerous moves here across the map, of course. Oh, the smoke, that's going to be annoying. I think they wanted to contact in off the back of this player that they'd managed to spot. Little bit awkward. Salmon, meanwhile, will manage to find the opener just against the odds, going in a bit fast. He loses his life in the same moment. Meanwhile, a boost up here in the apartments. This is about to get a bit frisky now.
I think you're right. Diving out a window. The bomb gets out. They don't clear that close corner, but Trash and 3GL are combining well. The Orc trying to hold on the cross. Missed shot, though, and that'll allow a reposition. This nade, that's not going to help. Definitely not going to help. But 3GL, you've got to hit one of these shots at some point. Thankfully, Chen King will. That's such an important round for FengDa to win. Like I said, it's just that back-to-back. Look what it does, that knock-on effect. Round number 11 is a real tough decision to be made for CTG. Do we force it or do we wait and can I keep the econ in for the loss? But at the same time, by low buying here, you more or less give up a 6th on the T side towards FengDa. So big risk in itself. It looks like they're going to go for that half buy. So an MP9 broad table, a couple of upgraded pistols. But such a big round to take for FengDa.
See if they can turn it into a few more now, of course. This is where we do await with bated breath. Oh, 957. I saw him charging in. I thought maybe he was going to be the moment there, but not the case. Down he will go. Who's this player hidden away? Buick manages to find him, so it's clean thus far from FengDa. No issues just yet. They'll gain control of the A-bomb site. There's the first, though. Like a shoe. Oh, upgrades his weaponry. Will lose out. It's Trash to close them in at CT. So all good from FengDa. They'll gain the lead. It's a question of whether they can hold on to it, whether it's going to be even here, but a bit more of an interesting game, I think it's safe to say, on Mirage.
Yeah. Still not super convinced by CTG just yet. This final round of the half is not, I don't want to say make or break, but it actually is really quite important knock-on effect-wise. Their T sides is where they did struggle quite a lot in towards Inferno, and that's the thing that worries me looking forward. You get 6 out of the half, very workable, especially if you can get another pistol. Down 7-5, and if you lose that pistol, before you know it, you're in a lot of trouble. That's what happened in Inferno. Early nade that softens up Salmon. Down to 64.
Again, seems to be more of the trend, I think, for FengDa, starting these rounds off a bit slower. Easier in that sense. Gonna try and wind up here, if they can. 3GL creeping round on this orb, sort of sending him in first. But not much coming at the moment. 55 seconds left on the clock. We've really not had an awful lot of noise. It seems to be more of an A fake out, and the bomb is trying dangerously to split towards B, but really, really risky with a lack of utility. Like a shoe. Great spot here. Waits patiently for his kill. Maybe wanted a little bit more, and yeah, now he's a bit confused as to where they're coming from. Oh, it's all moving very fast. 3GL saves his teammate there. Man advantage secured. Bomb plant down in just a second here. Meanwhile, Trash with a late move in the window. Good timing. He's spotted out, but still wins out the fight, and that might just be enough to get it over the line here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Vance, I can't catch him on the cross. The fact that they're even still kind of jumping across there, testing it, is slightly concerning, but time starts to tick. 3GL re-peaks. That's so confident. The fact that he continues to stand tall there. 0, another kill for him. It's been a fantastic map, do not get me wrong. 16-6. Well, fantastic half, may I say, but he's cut short. 7-5. Actually, a really, really good recovery coming through from FengDa. A really good half, and we'll see if they can continue it after the break.
This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. Feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
And we are back in here. Rinse and repeat, it would seem. However, this time it is FengDa finding the resurgence. So very curious to see what change the game have got in store for us and if they can find a gap closed before things get out of hand. It was the FengDa CT side that I think impressed us the most on Inferno. So yes, very, very curious here to know how things are going to go down and if they can keep it together for this second half.
And here's the question. Trash. He's just been so clinical when it comes towards the pistols. He's just guaranteed for one every single pistol so far. Let's see if that continues. King. He's getting a lot of info here. 2 towards top mid. He's spot 2 under as well. Doesn't need to fight, in honesty. He needs to just get a bit of support.
Yes, certainly just got to keep your head in a situation like this. There is some help. However, not finding the kills and the Glocks, we know how deadly they can be. King, the spin around is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. He may well have just saved the round. It looked dangerous as they took control of the A-bomb site, but they could not get past the King. That is for damn sure. Like a shoe, the only one left now with a bomb in his favor. However, HP not so much, so an easy spam down. A 4-piece for Chen King to take the pistol.
Yeah, I'll let Trash off for not getting his honorable pistol round kill, because that was serious. What a round from Chen King. Under so much pressure there. And like I was saying, I kind of want him to play a lot more passive initially, because it feels like the smart thing to do. But when you're 180 like that, I mean, who am I to say anything? Such a good round coming through from him. He's had moments where he's been quite quiet in this series, but that wasn't one of them. But this map so far has been great from him. 17-8. My, oh my.
Crazy work. We love to see it. We absolutely love to see it here. Trash creeping forwards here. Looking to do some damage, and he might just have to do it, to be fair. Nice pick up from Like a Shoe in all fairness. Round itself is not really getting off the ground, though. Desperate attempt out here on B. Dink landing. I mean, it's fair enough, but not expecting too much out of this one. Bomb plant completely denied. 9 rounds in. So let's see. Change the game. Certainly going to have to do that into what could be the dying embers of this series.
Yeah, let's see. 9-5. This is looking eerily similar to what we got in that Inferno, where FengDa just get out of the gate so quick. And they put up such a lead that there's just so little that they can do in terms of response. It's feeling like where we're at the moment. Chen King down until zone. I don't know if he was spotted. No, I think he was. They're dropping a Molotov, so they must know he's got down there. However, look how much info he's got. He's so confident right now. I can't blame him.
Trash. Charging in. Not going to work. Okay. Completely shut down into this round then, it would seem. CT side not really getting going. Nice pickup through the smoke there. Oh, guessing the wrong way, though. They are pretty smart with it. A nice move from CTG, to be honest. He's going to hear them now, but yeah, he gave up his position. And with some lower HP bars in there, you never know what might have happened, but unfortunately just unable to stop them with the misread. Smoke goes down. Awkward. Awkward from Chen King. Definitely feel like he should have picked up another there before falling. This will be all she wrote, surely. Days are numbered, or at the very least a save here. You would expect. Orb shot missing. Check the angles cleanly, but just rushing in, unfortunately, and will go down. So, yeah, it is as you expect in the end.
Yeah, another round coming through for them. So maybe the start of a bit of a resurgence, especially with that econ over towards FengDa looking. It's just a little bit all over the place. They're going to get a buy out of this, but it's not going to be super comfortable. 1B9, yeah, Salmon only can pick up the 5-7. Still workable, but it's a good spot for potentially CTG to start putting pressure immediately back on. Mid-control has obviously been their priority for these last couple of rounds, and once again, that's what they go for here. 4 players playing up through here. And 957 gets in front of the molly without taking a tick there. Good timing on the smoke to slow him down, but they're scaling in towards B quickly.
Yeah, it's certainly got legs here, doesn't it? Zero moving in, finds the entry. Aware, but will go down. Ultimately, all good. This is really solid stuff. Has changed the game, have picked up the pace. And the second half is really going well for them. Not a contest so far, as the guns have come into play at the very least. So the 4-piece in the pistol, I think, may well have given FengDa a massive buffer to work with, because this is going from bad to worse. Gap closing exponentially. Only 2 more rounds now, and it should be an easy first for CTG.
Well, should be a 1-round game here. Nothing should really be brought to the table. FengDa, a little bit of trouble here. Just overwhelmed, didn't have the number 3 support. I think the real priority, probably for FengDa heading in towards their next gun round, has to be just a little bit more pressure back on towards mid. They're giving up for free. This round makes complete sense. They don't have the kind of rifles to compete. Okay, that is such a nut swing. VGL. Fair play. Nice work. Nice opener.
Once in a while, it's going to work out for you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, just taking the confidence peak.
Yeah, guys, take that peak every Mirage game. Trust me.
Maybe just on the pistol rounds.
No,
maybe don't encourage crazy
round,
swings.
guys.
Every round? Okay,
every round.
The map's already bad enough in the pug world. Just sprinkle a little bit of chaos in there. Why not? Devil on your shoulder, isn't it, really? I think with the window player, you do have those games once in a while where the window player is just dying every single round.
Sounds like a you problem, mate. Can never be me. I'm so sharp.
No, I'm talking about like my teammates, bro. I don't play window. Come on now.
No, neither do I. I'm not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
Trash is in trouble here. He's also known. They heard him tick, but they just don't really react to it. 5-7. Not even 5-7. He's a PT50 up close. Uh-oh. Hang on. Hang on. Gun scooped up. There's an AWP in play now as well. We're in trouble here. Oh, and Buick going to see it off. Oh, that's not a good one to lose. That's going to hurt the momentum. It felt like they were scaling quite nicely. And it's the door shot on them so quickly.
Yikes. To say the least, that is a disastrous round from Change the Game. You know, meant to be the easy one in this gap close. And they're looking to really start thinking about evening things up. It's not going to happen now. It feels like that's a real morale dump as well. So, yeah, I think they've got to be very, very careful in these next few rounds. They've gone in for a somewhat vicious force buy. Maybe would have been a better idea in the grand scheme to eco it out, but, you know, you want to try and answer back. You want to try and stop the bleeding. Just not looking good from here on in, if I do say so myself. So, yeah, very, very worried now for the side of CTG.
Okay. Moving out into the A side. Oh, missed shot. Buick. Oh, I'm going to say he's in a bit of trouble here. There's no real escape from a position like that. This could still be okay. Looks like it will be. Maybe I speak too soon. Vance, that's a quick double. Salmon, he could be the difference maker here because the stairs play is going to look his way. If Salmon doesn't move at that time, they can probably start working their way forward. But 3GL closes it with the Deagle. That's an 11 for FengDa, and they are on the brink now of closing out the series. They're getting there.
They are indeed. And yeah, gifted that round just a couple ago. I think it's going to make all the difference. All of the difference. Really, really colourful stuff for the side of FengDa, and certainly been the better team on the day. I think a little more clutch factor to them. A little bit more structure, particularly to their T side. You know, slightly less reactive, slightly less emotional kind of team. Sometimes it works for CTG. It did work on Inferno, the odd force buy here or there to really get us excited, but less excitement into this map, I think it is safe to say. Less randomness.
Tech9 diving out. There's a reload happening here, so potentially could still be a bit problematic. Thankfully, Trash gets the reload off in time and will trade. Digo and Tech9 left with it all to do. It shouldn't be too much on offer here, and that'll be the case as, well, down goes Zero. So the big man drops, and like a shoot, it has just been a slow series from him as a whole. I brought him up coming in towards this, but he's just not proved any of that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Maybe an opportunity for a gun. Oh, been there. That's a smack of the keyboard as you turn the mouse, I'm sure, but it's all good. No harm, no foul. Oh, God. Okay. Eventually finished it off. They were both just dodging bullets really well there, to be fair. Dink for dink as well, by the way, just the Tech9.
Yeah.
The weaker weapon, so kind of a funny little standoff at the top end of middle.
Well, all down to this now. 5 rounds to recover. And that would be take us to OT for CTG, but it feels like quite the long road to recovery. Triple AK Galil and a Mac 10. So they got to work. A nice movement from 3GL. We'll get over here with the AWP. I mean, it's been quite a few people who stepped up in that regard. 3GL's looked quite good, but Trash, another great map from him, and then Chen King, who's been lights out. They just don't feel like they have the people to be able to compete. Maybe I speak too soon, though. This is a nice take on towards the A site.
Well, again, this is kind of the, you know, modus operandi of this team is just charging in, using those individuals, finding heads, and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you get a round like this. We'll see if they can keep the structure together, though. The CT's thinking about it. There is money here. Unfortunately, one of them being the AWP, I think, just kind of spells defeat, unfortunately. So, yeah, going to back off and take the save. Another round of play going to be required at the very least.
Alrighty. CTG not dead just yet. There's just so much cash on hand for FengDa. Basically, I mean, the way things are probably panning out, they're just going to reinvest every single round towards the end. They're going to have enough money to do so, where it can be foolish buys, especially if they get a couple of saves out. If things do go wrong, like they just did there, 2-player save, so much money to work with. So, rebuy back in, and there's residual cash or buying towards the next, even if this one falls flat. So CTG, if they're going to be able to pull off this recovery, they're going to have to do it the hard way. Bearing in mind as well, this is also the lower bracket final. There's no second chances off the back of this. Deep Molly comes down. That'll keep hacking at bay for now. Salmon looked tempted to jump up, but as the smoke extinguishes the molly, he realizes he's kind of got to try and fall away. The double from Trash is so important.
Oh.
Can't see him.
Will he make it round?
Oh, he does.
Just spotted, but they do manage to indeed have a bit of something going here. Like a shoe doing his best. It's just too far, isn't it? Too much, and down he will go in the end. Salmon with a big round to close things out. And it is FengDa, kind of a rinse and repeat, getting 2 maps in a row. No real sweat for them. They will take the series, and they're going to knock out CTG, a team that we had kind of quietly been hopeful for, that had maybe, you know, had a bit of a shameful forfeit on the top side of things to open up the cup here. But they were on a tear in the lower bracket, just seems here and now they have disappointed against FengDa.
Yeah, just not to be today, unfortunately. CTG, they had good form coming in towards this game, and you know, even head-to-heads against FengDa not even that long ago 2-0'd them, but it's just thrown back in their face. I think it took them way too long to kind of warm up and get in towards this game, and even when they did, I felt like it just wasn't enough, if being completely honest. So, a really good game, especially in towards that Mirage. We saw more than just that one individual step up. Trash had a fantastic series. He looked great all the way through. I probably have to walk away with the MVP, but Chen King, Super Chris, 3GL, that second half in particular was lights out from him. He looked so confident. So a really good kind of indication of kind of the level of FengDa as they stay alive here in the cup. And this is a side that still are pretty scary. We've seen there's a bit of depth in the map pool, and they can hit hard.
They can indeed. They can indeed. I think that there is certainly a lot of lessons being learned by this team, right? They get knocked down by the Chinggis Warriors in pretty one-sided fashion, but again, lacking a bit of the individuality. So I think that is something that they really need to find here, and they definitely managed to find it today against Change the Game, where, you know, perhaps coming into this matchup, you would have given the individual leg up to the opposition, but FengDa, you know, Chen King looking good, sure, that's what he's sort of there for, but Trash having a really great time out, and we do get some decent individual moments across the board. So, you know, I think certainly for me, a pretty decent looking FengDa that hopefully we get to see a bit more of as the cup goes on.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the bracket as well, how things have panned out throughout the lower bracket side of things. Of course, there has been some pretty big name teams that have been dropped out. I think Just Wing is one to kind of mention as well. They've got a kind of a mix of some kind of players, major players from Russia as well, and they've been looking pretty good here in the upper bracket as well. We found Chinggis Warriors and Kaleido. Kaleido I got to catch on LAN as well earlier in the year. Also a team that were kind of exciting. So things are progressing here in the cup and looking pretty spicy in doing so. And FengDa, of course, going to be staying alive, which is really good to see for them as well. You know, as we've just seen from that game alone, there's a lot to like about them. They've definitely got some tricks up their sleeve, so I'm not going to count them out for the remainder of the cup. But up in that upper bracket as well, we know Chinggis Warriors can be really quite difficult to deal with. They've obviously got some pretty heavy hitters in their own regards. Kaleido, like I mentioned, that side, they were really quite exciting on LAN, and it looks like obviously this year has continued to be quite good for them as they're starting to make a bit of a name for themselves within the online space. So yeah, all in all, we're getting through it, and it's looking quite exciting towards the end.
Yes, absolutely. I think going to be a really nice run of games for the folks out there. Make sure that you do tune in for those, of course. But that is going to be it for today here in the Asian region. We've got plenty of Counter-Strike coming up. If you are a follower of it, of course, we've got Europe, we've got South America, we've got North America. So there's CS happening all day long. But for now, that is going to be it. So we'll join you in the next one. See you there.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Qiddiya.
This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it.